Hey, how's it going, peeps? It's your boy Ozzy here, and today we're not talking about basketball or anything else I've talked about on the channel so far. Um, Hopefully, if you guys like it, I'll be doing some more because this is one of my favorite sports personally. Rocking the Matthew Stafford jersey. We are going to be talking about the Detroit Lions, and then hopefully my next video will be just about the NFL in general, of where I think which teams will line up. But I think just from right off the bat, the NFL is one of the hardest things to predict, um, because you never know. This is more of a team sport than basketball is. Basketball, if you have one dominant player, you're pretty much set and you can make the playoffs with that one player. Now, if you win the championship in basketball with just one player, it's debatable or not. Football, you need a team to win. You can't just have one great player and win a championship. Henceforth, where I'm starting off this video, this guy right here, Matthew Stafford, is probably one of the elitist quarterbacks in Detroit Lions history. When no one else can really argue that. Whether you like the guy or not, besides maybe Bobby Lane, he's one of the best Lions quarterbacks of all time. Which he's not quite 30 years old, so he's got some time left to make some work happen. Was it 8 comeback wins last year? No other quarterback in NFL history has done that. This guy's got heart. Does he make some dumb plays a lot? Yes, he does. But he single-handedly kept Detroit around to make those game-winning plays. Of course, there was a couple on defense, which our defense, it was okay, mediocre at best last year. It came up big when it needed to until the playoffs happened. The playoffs happened, and questionable calls were called. I don't know if that's the right way to say it. We didn't really play the best. Receivers were dropping the ball. So, I mean, it's a team effort. Stafford brought his A game. Receivers couldn't bring it up. Offensive line was terrible. Secondary wasn't great. Pass rush was terrible. Of course, our big pass rusher, Ziggy Ansah, was hurt most of the year. We didn't have a linebacker, DeAndre Levy. I don't know what the hell happened to him. He just decided he didn't want to play no more and had Derrick Rose syndrome. And then our running game was probably dead last in the league without the statistics in my hand. Just couldn't stay healthy on that part. Hopefully Abdullah can prove something this year and show us that he's a good running back. He doesn't need to be the league leader in rushing yards. He just needs to put up production numbers, so that way we can't just pass every down where the defenses know we're going to pass it. So, with that being said, let's talk about this season and what I think is going to happen this season. I think we will make the playoffs again this year, even though we snuck in last year because of Tampa Bay or something happened with that. But if we stay healthy, and I know Lions fans say this every single year, but this is our best shot, okay, people? So listen up, One Pride and DVE family and Detroit versus everybody. This is our year to beat Green Bay. I can't stand Aaron Rodgers. I hate Aaron Rodgers to death. And I'm tired of him sneaking into the fucking playoffs because we can't finish it out. That Hail Mary had a couple years back, lucky as crap. Got that bullshit face mask call. Kept him in and he threw one up there. Last year, Stafford broke his finger. Then his numbers dropped off. Because Stafford was having an MVP season last year. If he would have stayed on pace and put up some more numbers, would he have won it? I don't know. But he should have been MVP because he won all those games for us. And if we would have had his finger right, who knows what would happen in that Green Bay game. We could have been completely different. We could have had a game at home first and then got him play Dallas. And then we probably would have lost to Dallas. So, you never know. But this year, if we have a healthy Stafford, no injuries happen, we will beat Green Bay this year. And that's a guarantee. I will make some bets with you. I'll tell you what, guys. Go ahead now and put in the comments. I'll pick out my favorite. Make it mean. Make it bad. Make it gross. Something weird that's YouTube appropriate. If the Lions don't win their division this year, you make a video comment, and whatever one I pick, I will upload a video of me doing that. So if it's something like making a chocolate pie and just shove it into my face or something like that, I will do that. I don't really have a bet for you guys because I can't really see you do it. But I will pick that person, and whatever that person picks, win or lose, he's got to make a YouTube, or she's got to make a YouTube. I didn't assume your gender, of them doing that too. So if you made me, like for example, put the pie in my face, if when I win and Detroit makes the playoffs and win the division, you got to upload a video, tag me in it, and then I'll play it on here on this channel. So I'm fair and game. Bring it. And for you Packers fans that are watching, you guys can suck it. I'm tired of you guys. Oh, Detroit never gets screwed. Detroit is the most screwed team in the NFL. There is something out there besides, well, I guess Brady doesn't really get screwed. But Roger Goodell hates Brady. But the NFL hates the Lions. Throughout the histories of the Lions since I've been alive, we have had some of the worst calls, from Cam Chancellor knocking the ball out and the other guy just punching it out of bounds, which should have been a penalty. The face mask catch by Seattle last year, that was a touchdown, but should have been a face mask. All these BS face mask calls, holding calls, and false starts, and all this bullcrap calls that never happen to anybody else. This happens to us. It's getting old. And this is a new dawn for Lions fans. This is going to be the year for us, guys. If it's a Super Bowl year, not likely. But we're going to make a deep run in the playoffs this year. Depending if we get a first round bye, because I don't think Dallas is going to repeat this year and do as good as they did last year. Atlanta, they could be. I'm not a big Matt Ryan fan. I don't believe in Matt Ryan, which he proved me right in the Super Bowl of him not being an elite quarterback and Tom Brady being the GOAT. Rather than that, Seattle, they've been really inconsistent. I don't see them doing. They could see Seattle's a weird team. They can make the wild card, or they can get home field advantage throughout the playoffs. They're a weird team, and they're from year to year. Which I don't think if Seattle makes a deep push this year, I think it's pretty much going to be the last of it, and you'll see that team disassemble. Maybe keep Russell Wilson and build around him. But we're talking about Lions today. This is going to be a different video. So if you guys are intrigued, go ahead and leave some comments down about that, and give me some pointers for next video. Now, I don't have the Lions schedule in front of me, but I did look at it, and we have the first half of the schedule is pretty tough. I know we got to play, I think it's in Atlanta, and I think we got to play Carolina. Then I want to say New Orleans or something. They're tough teams, like 3 games in a row that are all tough. We might lose all 3 of those games, and I might look off to a shady start, and everyone's going to be like, oh, all these Lions fans are going to be butthurt. Not us, because we went 1-3 last year. We started out, and then we won a 7-game win streak or something like that, and that's what got us into the playoffs. So with Stafford, I'm never counting the Lions out. Stafford, ever since that Dallas game where Calvin had 300-some yards, Stafford had the fake spike. I believed in the Lions that they could win any game out there. So I'm never going to count the Lions down until the clock is 0-0, which that was the motto last year. We're not out until the clock is 0-0. So they're going to prove a lot of teams wrong again this year. I think Detroit's especially going to be a surprise team this year. I think they were kind of under the radar last year. The only thing that really talking about with all their comeback wins. Hopefully our defense improves this year. Hopefully Ziggy can stay healthy and our defense can be at least top 15 in the league. I don't know if it's going to be great or nothing, but we just didn't get the pass rush going. Our pass rush was terrible. We gave quarterbacks too much time in the pocket, and we got to make them work for it. Especially if we're trying to beat Green Bay this year, which all of our Lions fans are really rooting for that this year. So hopefully that will go through, or our pass rush will stay healthy. Our defense will stay healthy. Only one that I know is probably going to get hurt is Haloti Ngata, because he is so old. So hopefully no one else major on our defensive line will get hurt, or a secondary, because our secondary is very slim, especially at linebacker. Well, we got that rookie, and we got that guy from the Falcons who was coming off the bench. So hopefully those guys stay healthy. And our offensive line's already having some health issues with Eric Decker, going down, out for a few months. So we already are kind of feeling the injury bug. Hopefully it passes, because I'd rather be hurt in the beginning of the season than later in the season, because you can always make a run later in the season than you can do it in the beginning. You can get off to great starts. Lions, we know this. We get off to great starts. We look dominant, and then we just choke it. So go ahead and comment down below what you think the Lions are going to do. I think personally they will go 10-6, maybe if we're really good 11-5. But we will win the NFC North this year. Guaranteed it. Minnesota, I think Green Bay's going to finish third. I think Green Bay will finish second, depending on if Teddy Bridgewater comes back or not, because that defense was amazing last year. Although I don't know if someone got hurt from Minnesota last year and made it collapse. We don't know. The Bears are going to be butt. The Packers, I think it's going to be between the Packers and the Vikings for the second spot in the NFC. Maybe the wild card, depending on how good they do. I just think Green Bay's getting too old. Aaron Rodgers is getting up there. I'm not a big fan of the guy. I hate the guy. I've always been a Favre guy. So depending if Sam Bradford goes down for the Vikings, because I don't know if Teddy Bridgewater's quite ready to get back in there or not, the Lions should have a straight path to the NFC North Division title. So with that being said, that is the end of the video. Go ahead and leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I will be posting another video pretty soon this week about the NFL in general. I might break it up into two parts between the NFC and the AFC, depending on how much ideas I had to talk about. I just might make it one video. It might be a little bit longer video. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and peace out.